Left up, left down, right? It's really hard to see. There's one kind of really far down. Yeah. Okay, so left up, left down. Can you? Oh.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Well, I feel stupid. Okay, so this door, this door. Okay, so here we go. This'll get the oh, I pressed the wrong button again. Let's see. So this should get us in here. I assume we go up. I just want to check. Doesn't look like there's anything else useful here. One thing I gotta say about video games, it's kind of nice how everything always kind of works out for you. Real life, all this stuff would be busted. We know it. You know it. Mitter. Okay.
Found one. Looks intact.
Does it? I find that suspect. Okay. We're gonna have a boss fight at the end of this. You know what? We're probably gonna have a boss fight against, what's his face? The,
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Okay, so it's backwards. So it's down, left, up, right, down. Down, left, up, right, and down. Let's see, a boss fight against Hades. I get the feeling Hades is at the very end.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Also, I'm not entirely sure if Hades can move. I mean, the alternative end boss is straight up silence or something.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm gonna assassinate this guy at the very least.
This'll help.
Okay, we might as well throw on our sneaky suit just for a hot second. Don't know if it'll make it that much easier. But it might help. Stupid sneak attack. Well, that worked out, weirdly enough. That's one thing I don't like about this game sometimes. Sneak attacks are kind of hard to pull off. Like, enemies will be right in front of me, and they'll still not be sneak attackable. It's very confusing, and I don't really appreciate that.
Come out wherever you are.
But it works. Okay, so we've got a number of guys here. Let's try...
Turn off anything?
Okay. Yeah, I really could not see his head there. Sometimes that doesn't matter. Okay.
Wait, who went down?
Thank you, Sneaky Armor, for being the best thing ever.
Wait, who went down?
Okay. So we've got another guy here. We got somebody up above, but good luck figuring out where he is. Missed him. He's a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be. Okay, well that's fine. Alright. So let's see if the last guy can even spot me. Hopefully some of these guys have some potions on them. Yeah, the atmospheric fog in here is a pain in the butt. Alright. Let's see. I haven't used one of these in a while. Well, that didn't work. Stupid sneak attacks not ever functioning the way they're supposed to. This guy's having the worst of times. Well, thank you, Rock.
Structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
What's that?
Okay. Let's throw some... let's make some proximity grenades. Let's make some more proximity grenades. They're great distractions. Let's see.
Can't see her!
Okay.
Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational.
Let me just drop that there. I love it how all of my things are, like, silent. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy boy. Really? Alright, this is fine. Did you figure it out? Are you a smart cookie? Are you a not smart cookie? Man, these guys are daft. Okay, so where's this last guy?
Just keep your eyes open.
He's right there. So he's gonna loop around. I don't know what his plan is exactly.
To me, brothers.
Plan.
Well, there we go.
Room's
That
clear.
was his plan. Death.
For a moment, anyway.
Okay, and we don't need his Deathbringer gun.
Find Gaia.
Okay, so I don't put off my own set off my own proximity bombs, do I? Sweet, I can pick them back up. That's good to know. Okay, so let's search the cultists. They seem to be covered in potions to make sure I'm full up. So yeah, we got a boss battle incoming. Guaranteed. Is there anything else? Doesn't look like it. This is just a fight room and nothing more. Let's see. Treasure box. Metal shards. I guess we could take a gun with us, but
Yes,
man,
please.
I just prefer to go with like sneaky trapsies the entire way. Let's see. Well, we got logs again. Hope you guys like logs.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Full steam ahead. From Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Shen, full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with Io Mide Aquilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the tower should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Okay.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Okay, simulation results, Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek, simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they're almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. Although she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. It's interesting, it doesn't look like they finished the work. What's this thing supposed to be? It looks like the parts of one of the vehicles. I just don't know, or not the vehicles. One of the some things. It looks like it's part of one of the machines we've run into already. I just can't tell you which. Okay. Any other logs showing up on the compass? I'm trying very hard to be as completionist as possible. I mean, it looks like, judging by the way everything's lined up, everything's about right. Let's see. These more of the mushrooms? Really? Did I not? Oh, yeah, we probably had some potions. Alright. Let's see. Anything? Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, so we got a log there, but I can't get through. And we're back. Okay. Note to self, don't immediately try diving through windows. Be neat if I could, like, blast my way through things. Being Gaia would make a cool game. They tried that. It was called Spore. Oof. And or No Man's Sky. Both of which. Oof.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Alright. Time to eliminate everyone, and I was gonna say everyone and their mother, but that doesn't make any sense. Alright. Anything interesting around here? It looks like all the logs are internal. I guess let's try sniping. Let's see if I can find a good sniping vantage point. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's doable. We'll see. Interesting that we're just ignoring them and going past. Guess we gotta take the staircase down. Oh, we have at least one log around here. Might as well check that out.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Yeah, that is not pretty lip syncing. Encapsulated DNA. From Samina Ibadji to Elizabeth Sobek, encapsulated DNA. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the last 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, and even that Eternity tech that FAS was shilling out a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the slotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 and 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There's still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction? It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. Okay. And we've got one more there. I just want to check this corner. Yep. So I don't think we can get into Apollo, but it probably doesn't matter too much yet, if at all. So is this place supposed to be operational this entire time? The one issue I'm running into here is, like, some of this stuff is very clearly still active, but some of this very much is not. Okay, so Apollo update. From Samina Ibaji to Elizabeth Sobek. Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known. As a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal out from the outset, with the attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with the children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Hypatia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. Okay. Yeah, we're filling these logs in quick. I think we've still probably missed like 1 or 2 over the course of this game, but I'm being pretty thorough here. Oh. You're a leader. was really hoping he was going to take it at his buddy. No dice. Okay, so one of these guys died. Where's the other one? He's pretty far away. I see it's kind of lined up, so you're supposed to do a firefight here. Oh.
That better not be one of ours.
Let's see. He should go down. I don't think Apollo is working. Yeah, I'm curious about that. It's very obvious something went wrong with this entire system. But it's one of those where that's kind of the mystery of everything. Okay.
Someone here?
I want to try this. I've never actually done a ledge takedown.
That better not be one of ours.
Well, that didn't work. I was trying to aim for the face, but it just didn't take. Okay, well, I'm just gonna hang out up here for the time being. Unless I can do a death from above.
I'm not here.
Can I do a death from above?
On the move.
Okay. Was not able to do a death from above. Is there anybody else here? Doesn't look like it. So I failed to spot everybody. Oh, come on. Fine. Actually, come to think of it. There we are. That was weird.
That's the last of them.
Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense how some of the takedowns work in this game, unfortunately.
Wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Okay, well, that was fast, but not terribly surprising. Pick up the rock. Rock is eternal, and the best thing ever. Now where do we want to go? Oh right, yeah, we have the log up above at the very least. Might actually be the only log in the area. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. And what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh titan, getting worshipped by the eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Noise complaints. Okay, from Travis Tate, data corruption minimal. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying. And you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds, hand to God, and swear on my mama's grave. And she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rather than folks' teeth. That's death metal, girl. Classic music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff, too. Stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear, rather. That screech that rends the ear, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vents. Last I heard, I was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. So this is the guy that had the fun interviews from what I remember. I think. Oh. Well, scumbag, but of all of them, I don't know, whatever. Hades protocol. Tate here, just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out Goldilocks' solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. That couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So, had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraform system and reverse the operations. Only have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective shell, preserving its integrity, and then unseat it from command position so that Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Let Those blues are coming on pretty strong now. I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are pretty strong. Guess it's time to sleep in bed and I'll get back tomorrow. Alligators. So yeah, what Hades is supposed to do is effectively cut network access from Gaia and take control for a while. But it didn't work? Or maybe it is working, it's just not working right. Okay, archive abuse. Text mail from Sumida Ibaji. Okay. To Travis Tate. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission 0000238676, your 666th submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings are inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 accounts. One, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it is obscene. Accordingly, I've directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all. Or the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Samina Ibaji. Okay. Then we got caves.
Like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Alright, let's see. So we've got... No, I can't climb these. For some reason they looked climbable. Okay, so we've got logs. So many logs. I kind of wish I didn't have to scan them. Cradle sealed. Okay, Patrick Burchard Klein. Okay. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulation of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is some margin for refinement in future cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 2 site in Mount Nemuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. Okay. Let's see. Let's get out of that central point. It's kind of awkward. Okay, so... let's see. Text data points quests. Huh? Oh, wait, no. Cradle Servitor Personae. Okay. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors. Nurturer, Disciplinarian, Healer. Continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 with these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. I don't know. Anyway, persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just data corrupted. Okay, and we got one last one right here. Okay. FZ Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved, nutrition delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of Far Zenith's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours, BBK. So interesting point about that. Far Zenith is a planet, actually. I think. Okay, yeah, there we go. Shell is sitting next to me watching. I think the regret on her not joining me for this was a bit strong. Unfortunately, this game's only generally interesting while you're in plot. It's just I've been doing plot constantly. So there's that. Okay. Let's get through here. This is just
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. Should have brought a cart.
okay. Yes, we're gonna be going back into All Mother Mountain, though. If it's All Mother Mountain, that might be where Gaia is? Seems a bit weird to me. Okay, to the left. And up. Let's see. Come on, jump. There we go. I barely have to control movement in this game, so it's weird when I have to. Because we don't have any data logs, and I don't have to worry about being thorough anymore, because I already found them all. Okay, we just gotta get...
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Huh. Alright, well, let's start reading the logs.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Okay.
Bots would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
So unlike the self-replicating machines from before, they made a actually true AI. Possibly multiple.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Okay, did I come in this way? Yeah, I musta. Okay, so we're looking for something in this office. Something to be picked up and moved. Because we're missing something here. I guess we really didn't go that far this direction. No. Unless it's just this ring thing. No, that's the hollow thing. Huh. Is it like up or inside? This pillar makes me suspicious, but it doesn't look like it. There's gotta be something. Unless we have to go back. That'd be weird. Oh, can I get this door open? There we go. We have more. And the thing. Odyssey has failed. Oh, this is Far Zenith, the people that were trying to go to a different planet. Some terrible news. Oh, okay. Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas, Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. Yeah, so they were planning on putting a moon, a base or something on a moon.
No, serious.
Serious. I don't know.
It's a star system.
Oh, okay.
Forget about traveling light.
Anyway, yeah. So, bad day. Artemis status. There we go. From Charles Ronson to Elizabeth Sobeck. Artemis. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my slaves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs, more than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves, thousands more that will have to wait their turn for our new generation, until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to the world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will not bend, not break. Oh, will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will begin again, or be again. I'm tired, apparently. But not now, not like this, not on our watch. Ronson. Okay. Let's see, so we have nothing else. Let's grab... Oh, this is her terminal.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.